There are places we visit every day without a second thought. Gas stations, rest stops, parking lots. They are meant to be temporary, ordinary, safe. She believed that too. On a quiet evening, under bright fluorescent lights, a woman pulled her car beside an air pump. Her tire pressure warning had just come on. She could have ignored it. She could have waited until morning. Instead, she stopped. 10 minutes later, she was dead. There was no robbery, no argument, no warning. Just strangers, young men, who saw her alone and made a choice that would end her life. Tonight, we are going to retrace that moment, step by step. We will follow her movements, the stranger's approach, and the decisions that led to tragedy. Because this is a story of ordinary life colliding with the unexpected. Of ordinary spaces that become deadly in a heartbeat. This is Horror Gaze by FJ. Here, we document real encounters, real crimes, and real moments where normal life turns into something far darker. These stories are not meant to entertain. They are meant to warn, to remind us how fragile our sense of safety really is. Tonight, we explore a case that begins with something simple, filling a tire with air. She was not running late. She had no enemies. She was on her way back from work, her phone buzzing quietly with messages she had not yet read. Her car had groceries in the trunk, and her plans for the next morning were already in motion. Nothing about her life suggested that it was about to end at a small, ordinary gas station. The tire warning light had come on just minutes earlier. She could have waited, but she chose to stop. She parked beside the air pump, stepped out, and began inflating her tires. The traffic hummed softly in the distance. The station itself was quiet, empty. No one looked at her. No one spoke to her. She bent over the tire, focused, unaware that someone had already chosen her. Gas stations at night are strange places. Bright lights cut sharply into darkness. Shadows stretch beyond the pavement. Cameras were mounted above the pumps, recording each frame, but their view was limited. The clerk was inside the store, behind glass. The highway nearby was far enough away that no one would hear a raised voice. Anyone watching could see her clearly. Anyone looking for a target would see the same thing. The air pump hissed steadily, the sound oddly comforting in its regularity. She adjusted the nozzle, unaware that eyes were on her from across the lot. A car pulled into the lot. It did not stop at a pump. It did not head into the store. It parked in the shadows, far from the bright lights. Inside were 3 boys, young, reckless, searching for an opportunity. Their decision was made in seconds. She was alone, distracted, unaware. That was all they needed. They did not know her. They did not know why she was there. But in their minds, the attack would show courage, dominance, and control. Peer pressure, the desire to impress each other, and a reckless thrill-seeking need collided in that one decision. The driver stayed in the car. The other 2 watched her from the shadows, waiting for the moment they could act. One of them stepped out. He walked slowly, deliberately, across the concrete toward her. The woman remained crouched beside the tire. The hiss of air filled the space between them. Her phone stayed in her pocket. He spoke, casually, almost conversationally. She turned, answering politely, unaware of the danger. The others remained in the car, eyes fixed on the lot. The boy drew closer. His tone shifted slightly, and she realized too late that this was no longer a simple interaction. In that instant, there was no escape. The violence was sudden, brutal. She fell backward, hitting the pavement. One boy struck first, the other following. There was no warning, no time to react. The car door opened. They moved swiftly, almost mechanical in their actions. Minutes later, the lot was empty again. The air pump continued to hiss. Cars passed by. A space that felt ordinary was now forever marked. She lay on the concrete. Blood pooled beneath her. The first passerby called 911. Paramedics arrived. Police sealed the scene. Investigators began reviewing footage. Every second mattered. Every movement told a story. And they found it. Why it had happened. Not personal. Not planned. Not meant to target her specifically. She was chosen because she was alone. Because she was vulnerable. Because they were young, reckless, and driven by peer pressure. Her life ended in a matter of minutes. But her death would tell a story that would last far longer. Police reviewed security footage frame by frame. The car that had pulled into the shadows. The boys inside. The slow, deliberate approach. The camera captured every detail, but it could not undo what happened. The license plate led them to the vehicle. The boys were known to law enforcement, not for murder, but for reckless behavior, petty theft, and fights. The crime was random, yet in hindsight, it had signs. The thrill-seeking nature, the peer pressure, the reckless disregard for life. They were young, reckless, searching for an adrenaline rush. They did not know her. They did not care. The act was an assertion of bravado, a way to prove themselves to each other. They had no plan beyond choosing someone alone. In their minds, the attack was a game. In reality, it was a tragedy. Ordinary moments can turn deadly in a heartbeat. A tire warning light, a quiet evening, a stop that seemed routine. That is all it took. This is why vigilance matters. This is why awareness matters. Because danger does not always announce itself. Sometimes, it waits in shadows, in cars, at places we think are safe. We move through life believing certain spaces are secure. We trust in routines and bright lights. But safety is never guaranteed. Sometimes it exists only as an illusion. And sometimes, it disappears in seconds. If this story stayed with you, share your thoughts below. Tell us what precautions you take in everyday life. This is Horror Gaze by FJ. This was a story of ordinary life interrupted, a life ended because the wrong people chose the right moment. And the next story we bring will remind you that danger is often closer than you think, even in places that feel completely familiar.